Welcome to Make Your Vote Count 2020 Virtual Voter Registration Drive. Thank you for joining us today. Before we get started, be sure to have your state identification on you. This includes things such as your driver's license, permit, or non-driver ID, and your social security number. Just keep in mind that we are here to answer any questions you have about the program and the application processes for both. So please speak up if you have any questions. We will be recording this presentation and we'll post it on our website for future reference. So if you ever need any further assistance, you can always refer back to the website to see this video for more assistance.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Broxup and I am a Civic Engagement Assistant here at the Levesque Institute. I am also a senior studying International Business Management and Spanish.
I'm Andrew Fleckenstein. I'm a Civic Engagement Assistant as well at the Levesque Institute. I'm an International Studies major and I'm a sophomore. Different states have different requirements when it comes to registering to vote. But don't worry, we can still walk you through the process. The website we use asks which state you are from and directs you to your local state election website. If you are from out of state, feel free to drop your state in the chat box and I can tell you what your state requirements are to register. You will use your permanent home address to register to vote. You will not use the address of the Niagara University campus. We will also touch base on the topic of mail-in voter registration if you are unable to do it online. The presentation will focus on how to register for the state of New York. But again, the sites we use will direct you to your local state election websites.
All right, in New York State, to register to vote, you will need the ID number from your New York State driver license, permit, or non-driver ID, the document number from your New York State driver license, permit, or non-driver ID, your date of birth, current zip code, last 4 digits of your social security number, and an active email address. If you do not have a New York State ID, we will discuss your options as well. On the next slide, we will discuss what your ID and document numbers are. The zip code that you will enter is your permanent mailing address zip code. For example, if I was a resident here on campus, but I usually live with my family in Albany, I would use the local zip code in Albany where I live rather than the school's zip code.
Now we will explain what some of the documents are that you will need. First is your DMV ID number or client ID number. You can find this 9-digit number located on the front near the top of your license, permit, or non-driver ID. Your ID number identifies you. It does not change when you replace your license, permit, or ID. Below are a few examples of where your ID number will be on your New York identification. Your document number is an 8 or 10 character combination of numbers and letters on your license, permit, or non-driver ID. It identifies your document. Each document issued has a unique number. The number changes when you renew or replace your document. After January 28, 2014, it is located on the back of your document. Before January 28, 2014, it was located on the front of your document in the lower right corner. Make sure you are using the document number from your most recently issued document. Please note that an I may look like a 1 or an O may look like a 0. And here are some images of where you can find your ID number on your New York State identification.
Great, so now we will proceed to this website, usa.gov/voting, for the registration process. You can also update your voter registration information here, such as a change in address, name, or party affiliation. So at the top, find this blue box called How Do I, and click on Register to Vote. Once you get to this page, scroll down and select the blue box, Start Your Voter Registration. The next screen will ask you, where do you live? And you will choose your state. You can see that since we've chosen New York, we will see how do I register to vote in New York? And we will click on Start your online registration on New York's election website. Here, we'll scroll down and click on Register to vote or update your voter registration information. It will bring you to this next screen in which you will enter all the information it requires. And after that, it will be sent to your Board of Elections and you should receive an email confirmation. Please be sure to save any confirmation numbers. If you need any assistance, we are always happy to help you at the Levesque Institute, and you can reach out to us.
Mail-in form of voter registration. If you do not have a New York State ID, you will have to download or obtain the form and then mail it in or deliver it to your local Board of Elections. There are Niagara County voter registration forms in the NYS office in the lower level Gallagher Center. And you will have to pick these up, fill them out, and deliver them to Niagara County Board of Elections. Keep in mind that there are deadlines on when voter registration can be done and still vote in the election. We can assist you after the session if you need any assistance.
So if you have any questions on voter registration, here is our contact information. Feel free to send us an email and we'll get back to you soon.
Absentee ballot applications. An absentee ballot is a ballot used to cast an absentee vote, which is usually submitted by mail by an absentee. Absentee here refers to a person who can't physically be present at the voting center on election day. Some states require an excuse for voting by mail, but due to coronavirus, states are giving voters an excuse to vote by mail for this election. Just like with registering to vote, registering for absentee ballots also have different requirements for different states. Some states don't even have absentee ballots, rather mail-in ballots. Just a disclaimer here, there may be restrictions on the application process. There may be a wait period between when you register to vote and when you can apply for an absentee ballot. If this becomes an issue, like in the beginning, we have a website where all this information is, and we will even send out a reminder close to the date online, absentee ballot applications are due. We will be focusing on New York's online application process.
The requirements for filling out an application for an absentee ballot in New York State are your name, your legal state residence, including your county, your birthday, an active email address, and current zip code. The deadline for submitting a request electronically or for postmarking your request for an absentee ballot is October 27th. Now we will head to usa.gov/absentee-voting to see how to request our absentee ballot. When clicking on the link, you will get to this website and you will scroll down and click on Request an Absentee Ballot, which will open up the box, find the link for Can I Vote, and click on it. When you are redirected to this screen, select your state, and you'll be brought to your state, for this example, New York State election website. And we are going to find the box that says Electronic Absentee Ballot Application Portal and click on it. Now we are at the New York request site. Here you will proceed to fill out information and it will give you a confirmation number. Be sure to keep that number. We will also be sending a reminder about absentee ballots if you are unable to fill it out now because you just registered to vote.
Please be advised that the United States Postal Service is experiencing a slowdown, and you should mail your ballot in as soon as possible. The New York State Board of Elections reminds us that New York State ballots must be postmarked by November 3rd and received by November 10th. But they recommend mailing your ballot 7 days before the election, which would be October 27th. Our recommendation is to carefully fill out your ballot when you get it and return it as soon as possible.
There are a couple of things to keep in mind to make sure that your ballot does not get disqualified. Be sure to follow all the instructions on the envelope that you receive in the mail with your ballot. Fill out your ballot on a flat, dry surface. Use the correct color ink. Sign your envelope if required. Do not change your signature from previous government documentation. Include additional required documentation, such as a witness signature or a copy of photo ID. And for additional information, you can go to this link, vote.org/absentee-voting-rules, and find your state. If you have any questions, again, here are our emails. Feel free to reach out. And for more voting day information, you can go to www.usa.gov/election-day. The Impact Office is creating a video campaign called Why My Vote Counts. Please send in 15-second video or audio clips explaining why you vote, why your vote counts, and/or why voting is important to you. You can send these submissions to bdepetro@niagara.edu.
There are many important dates to keep in mind. October 9th is the deadline for mail-in voter registration forms. October 27th is the last day to apply for an absentee ballot online. And once again, if you're experiencing a problem with that, we will remind you around October 27th to remember to apply. November 3rd is the election. Try to have your absentee ballot mailed and delivered before this date. Keep in mind these are New York dates, so your state may have different deadlines for all of this information. So check with your local Board of Elections to see when all of this is due for you. You are not living or from New York State. Thank you for joining us for 2020 Make Your Vote Count Virtual Voter Registration Guide. Remember to vote November 3rd, and feel free to send us any questions you have regarding voter registration and absentee ballot applications.
Thank you.